Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. So in today's video, we're creating this card. I did just notice though you can hardly read the sentiments, so I have gone back in after watching this and actually having the card up on my mantelpiece to notice. So I have gone back in with another ink just to go over the top of it so it's not fully shiny and it gives you that layout so you can read it. But I've had these little frame Polaroid things in my stash for about 9 years. So originally I bought them for a scrapbook I was doing when I was, I think I was 17 when I started making a scrapbook. And I wanted like little frames for pictures and stuff. And then I just never got around to doing it. And then when I did do it, I didn't want to use the frames. So it's a really weird thing, but I have the one I'm using right now. I have one which is a pink frame with like gold geometric print. I also have baby pink one with like unicorns and stuff all over it. I have white ones with silver polka dots, so I do want to start using some of them just, so they're not just being wasted, because honestly, like I said, I've had them for so long. And I was looking at some the other day and I was like, I don't need to buy anymore because I didn't even use the ones that I bought all those years ago. So why am I looking at buying new ones? So I'm deciding to use them now. The stamp I used, I have no idea what it is or where it came from. So somebody sent it to me as a gift a while ago. And normally when somebody sends me a stamp, I normally Google Lens it to find out the stamp name, brand, all of that sort of stuff. I did that with this stamp and it comes up with absolutely nothing. The only thing it comes up with is a similar version of it in Etsy, Temu, and AliExpress. So anytime that happens, I always automatically think, oh, this is definitely a copyrighted image they've stolen. So I know for a fact that it belongs to a company somewhere, but finding it has just been so hard and I still can't find it to this day. So I messaged a couple of people in a Facebook group I'm with, because to me it kind of looked like a Stampin' Up stamp, because I have one of those and it's called In the Moment and it's a very similar design. So I thought maybe it's a old Stampin' Up stamp, and it's just obviously been discontinued, but I couldn't find it. So I put it into a group called Let's Make Cards, which is on Facebook, and I basically asked people, do you guys know the brand, do you know the name of it, anything would be helpful, and a lot of people commented saying it looks like it could either be Stampin' Up, Unity, or Mango Crafting. And then I did have a few people saying that it's definitely a counterfeit stamp. You can tell by the quality, and I was like, I know that. That's why I'm trying to find the original, so I can basically go out and buy the original version of it and then get rid of this one. But, it's kind of hard to do that, and I do hate the fact that there are so many people out there making counterfeit products, because it's making a lot of small businesses shut down. But another thing that I've noticed is like certain companies will discontinue something after like 2 years of it being out. And if you're late to the game like I was, you don't necessarily get the same opportunities as somebody else might have done. And there's a lot of stamp sets that I've wanted and I can't get a hold of just because like they've been discontinued or whatever it may be. So I actually have an album on my iPad right in front of me. And one of the stamp sets that I want is called, I have no idea what it's called. See if it comes up in my details. Where have we gone? Okay, so it's called the Yeti for Coco, and it's a Doris clear stamp set. They discontinued 6 years ago, and I only just heard about them. So it's like, well, it's a little unfair in that the aspect of things. What's the other one that I wanted? It's like Simon Says Stamp. It's hard to get any of those products here in the UK. So there's one that I wanted, and again, I can't get it because obviously it's been discontinued in the States, and that's where it originated from. So I do feel like maybe that's why some people do go out and buy counterfeit products, because they're so hard to get or they're too expensive. And I know for a fact when I first started, like the first stamps that I ever bought was the Concord and 9th Winter Wear, and I got that off eBay, and it cost me, I think, £22 for the stamp and the coordinating dies. And it might not seem like a lot now when I'm looking at it, because I got 2 things for the price of 1, basically, but when you first start going into card making, it is a very expensive hobby, and I kind of wish somebody would have told me that. So, like, yesterday, my mom was, like, renewing her house insurance. So, basically, my stepdad does the building insurance, and my mom does the contents. And I actually contributed to her contents yesterday, because the amount of money that is actually up in my mom's attic is ridiculous. Like, I actually went through everything, priced everything up, how much it would cost again, and in total, all of the crafting supplies that I have in my mom's attic literally comes up to the value of just over 20,000, and I've only been crafting for 4 years. So it's insane how much things have added up over the years, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. So I actually did a video a while ago, just at the beginning of the new year, I think it was, and I told you guys how much I'd spent on crafting supplies throughout the entire year, and it was in the thousands. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I do, if anybody is looking at this thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna start crafting or whatever it may be, just a heads up, you will lose a lot of money. Like, I'm not even joking. So for me, like, it's not that bad, because, like, obviously I don't smoke, I don't drink, so that way I'm not wasting money going out on the towns and stuff like that. So that's where all my money goes, into crafting. But if somebody goes out, like, with friends and stuff, or wants to have their nails done, their hair done every other month, or whatever it may be, it does take a hit from your crafting. So, you know. But yeah, so I'm kind of just trying to relax at the moment. So we've got today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, where it's kind of warm, but not, like, overly hot in the UK. And then Monday, right up until Wednesday, it is extremely warm. So I'm hoping it changes its mind. It's saying it's going to rain on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I'm really hoping that's the case, because, quite frankly, I cannot deal with heat. But I have to say, I have had a lot longer this year than I had last year, because this time last year, I already know we were into, like, a 3-week heat wave. So I have been very lucky this year, very fortunate that it's not been as extremely warm as it has been in previous years. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm also very happy that my mom and my stepdad have put their pet Lulu into the cattery for the first week of their holiday. I've said to them, if I go down and take her out the second week, it's probably because it's cooled down a lot. But I'm not gonna, like, do it. So she is booked in for 2 weeks while my parents are away. But if the weather does cool down, like I said, on the 29th, it's supposed to go back down to the low teens, which is really great. So if that's the case and it stays like that, I will go out and go and get Lulu back from the cattery and let her, you know, go back into her normal routine. But because, obviously, with me being allergic to the sun and stuff, I get very anxious when we get heat waves, so she feeds off that and she reciprocates it. So basically she mirrors what I feel, and then I get even more stressed out because she's attacking me because I'm anxious and it's making her anxious. So it's just really a complicated thing. So that's another reason why they put her in the cattery this year. Plus, if, like, one day I do have to go away or whatever it is, or if I'm ill, I can't go around and look after her. So another reason why they've done that is to see how she is in this cattery. So she's been in the cattery once before, and it was in Clitheroe, and we noticed straight away a difference in her, and I don't know if it's because it was her first time ever in a cattery or away from all of us at once, but when she came back, it took her about 3.5 weeks to actually get back to her normal self, and we didn't like the fact that that took that long. She wasn't eating, she wasn't really drinking, she wasn't playing, and the only person she would really go to was me, and she would hide under my jacket and stuff, but she always wanted to be, like, closer to me for some reason. I don't know why that was. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. I do apologize. I'm going to insert some music. Everything I use will be linked in the description. Like I said, until I can find out the stamp set, I will have to just link the copies, unfortunately. But if I can find out the original, I would definitely link the original too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know how you guys are dealing with the weather, and until the next video, stay safe, happy crafting.